My first pet stuff, 4 words that would send any Sims 4 player into a coma. If you don't play The Sims 4 and you're wondering what all the fuss is actually about, how can an innocent pack about playing with adorable cats and dogs be so bad? Well, that's the thing. Despite looking like you can't play with adorable cats and dogs with the pack, as that would require you purchase the Cats and Dogs expansion DLC. My first pet stuff, commonly known as my second pet stuff, makes gaming history for being DLC for DLC. As for an order for this DLC to work, you're required to purchase the Cats and Dogs DLC first. Cats and Dogs is a Sims 4 expansion pack that simply comes with cats and dogs, a far cry from the Sims 3's Pets expansion pack, which came with cats, dogs, horses, both wild and tamed, unicorns, deer, raccoons, birds, squirrels, rats, chipmunks, shrews, hedgehogs, chinchillas, lizards, turtles, and snakes. Pets in The Sims 4 have been a bit of a disaster, to say the least. What was just one pack in The Sims 1, 2, and 3 is now multiple packs in The Sims 4. But the worst thing is, these packs don't even come close to the amount of content that was in The Sims 3 Pets pack. I scoured the web far and wide to find another example of DLC for DLC from a major publisher, but I failed miserably. The closest possible example I could find is a game called Diablo 3. This game has a Necromancer DLC that requires the Reaper of Souls DLC in order to use. Although this case is a lot more redeemable, as the Reaper of Souls pack basically became the new base game. I could be wrong, as I've never ever played this game, but based on my research anyway, players seem to accept the Reaper of Souls DLC as basically the new base game, as it changed a lot of things and got bundled with the base game for new players. My first pet stuff just feels different, and that's because the practice is just so unethical and exploitive. Although, as most gamers know, where there's an EA, there is money to be made by any means possible. Despite my first pet stuff requiring the Cats and Dogs pack in order to be fully functional, EA doesn't actually state this at all on the main landing page for the pack. Many players have also argued that showing a cat and dog on the cover of the pack is extremely misleading, as it leads you to believe this pack may come with cats and dogs. Additionally, many players criticize the name of the pack, as it's not your first pet stuff, it's actually your second pet stuff. Sims 4 promo media generally tends to only show base game stuff plus stuff from the one and only singular pack that they're marketing at that time in the actual promo. And if they do ever show stuff from multiple packs, they do usually make it clear. So even to EA standards, this is a pretty embarrassing situation to be in. But if you think that's bad, it does get worse, and that's because many players believe that My First content was originally meant to be a part of the Cats and Dogs pack. If we take a look at the build mode items for My First Pet stuff, you can see it has this pastel-y kind of pink and blue theme. You'll also notice on here the pink paw prints. If we look at these 3 items that came with the Cats and Dogs pack, it looks very similar, especially this desk on the right compared to the ones on the left. These are very clearly a part of the exact same theme. Nobody can deny that these were allegedly supposed to be bundled together. My First Pet stuff was actually released roughly 4 months after Cats and Dogs, and it left a very, very bad taste in Simmers' mouths, because they felt like they were being exploited, and they felt like the content should have just been included in the Cats and Dogs pack and not upsold as a separate pack. My First Pet stuff didn't go totally unpunished. Shortly after the original trailer was dropped on the Sims official YouTube channel, it was taken down. The game was also banned from the Xbox store for breaking their terms of service. In order to make the pack actually sellable and comply with Microsoft's terms of service, they actually had to sell Cats and Dogs plus My First Pet stuff as a bundle. They're also selling the exact same bundle on the PlayStation store, but you can't get this for PC, unfortunately. So I guess lucky for Xbox players of The Sims 4, because you basically get My First Pet stuff for free. Pets have always been a key selling point of The Sims ever since the first title. The Sims 4 in general has a very unique player base compared to other games, and typically attracts people who grew up with games like Neopets or Moshi Monsters or other kinds of cute pet simulators. And because of that, My First Pet stuff is actually believed to be one of the most popular packs for The Sims 4, even though it's very negatively reviewed. Many people suspect that it's actually one of the most downloaded packs. Along with packs like Cats and Dogs or Cottage Living, My First Pet stuff is extremely sought out by animal lovers. And because because of that, EA has actually somehow managed to get away with it. Sims 4 packs in general have always been well known to be rather cash grabby. Take Seasons, for example, a pack that adds weather to a life simulation game because apparently weather is not a core aspect of human life on Earth, but rather a premium aspect of life on Earth. Or how about doing your laundry? Apparently that's worthy of upselling as an entire pack because who doesn't want to pay $9.99 to wash their clothes? Although just as controversially, packs like Seasons and Laundry Day stuff are also two extremely popular packs. I think Simmers typically suffer from something called completionist syndrome. Sims players, including myself when I was younger, have this strong desire to own every single pack. Even if it's a bad pack, even if you know you're not gonna like it, there's this weird pressure that like you must own every single pack for the game, even if it's a pack like you know you're just not gonna play with. There are many bad Sims 4 packs. Notable ones include packs like Dine Out or perhaps My Wedding Stories, both of which are extremely buggy and rarely ever work as intended. Instead of EA making efforts to fix them, they just got abandoned along with many other buggy Sims 4 packs. And that's allegedly, in my opinion, based on no evidence, because they know Simmers will buy the packs anyway. I've had so many comments on my videos of Simmers telling me that they literally know Sims 4 packs are broken, they know they're not gonna like them, but they get the packs anyway because they feel like they have no other choice because The Sims 4 is the only life simulation game. The Sims 4 has an extremely loyal fan base, and that's likely because firstly, the game is so unique, but secondly, because it's literally the only life simulation game out right now released by a major publisher. Even if you hate The Sims 4 for what it is, it's the only current game that you can buy if you want to play a quality life simulation game. And I think it's because of this EA gets away with upselling exploitive packs like My First Pet stuff. EA recently just released another Sims 4 animal pack called Horse Ranch. This pack adds horses to the game upsold as an expansion pack, which is the most expensive type of DLC of The Sims 4. This pack has also come with a ton of controversy as many players have criticized it for only containing as much content as a game pack, which is slightly cheaper than an expansion pack but contains less content. I know, very confusing. Despite being almost 10 years old, EA continues to churn out packs for The Sims 4, each release coming with at least one major controversy or disappointment. Two upcoming life simulation games with a popular following are Paralives and Life by You. These games have not been fully released yet, so we don't know what for sure they'll be like. But based on what we do know, they come with many features that are considered premium DLC features for The Sims 4. So needless to say, it would be very unwise for EA to continue this practice for The Sims 5 as it could lead to its downfall. Although The Sims 5, honestly, like The Sims can't escape controversy. It's like a curse. The Sims 5 already has controversy. It's not even bloody beta state yet and it's already controversial. And that's because it's speculated to come with a Fortnite style battle pass system and tons of microtransactions and potentially work a little bit like Roblox or some kind of metaverse system. If you want to check out that whole controversy, I recommend checking out my video that I recently made on it. Otherwise, thank you for watching. I hope you found this video interesting. I will see you in the next one.